guys, Adam here, Blackfyre Productions, and welcome back to our third episode of the Fields of Jwar. We are back, and today we're going to be covering some Minimoto Clan for GCT Studios Bushido, the game. What really drew me to these guys, obviously, were the fact that they had the very traditional samurai-looking armor on their samurai, because that is the general aesthetic for the game, which I absolutely love. But the fact that they have giant clubs that they beat people with, like what else is there to want in a samurai? Probably a bit, but like giant Tebetsus and such is just fantastic. Because I already have the Tanaka clan and the Shiho clan, and they all are under the same affiliation, I want to get another affiliation to showcase in battle reports when they start happening. So I went with the Minimoto Clan, just because I do love the look of them, and they are that completely different play style, I think, from the Shiho and the Tanaka clan. So I thought they would be really cool to go with. There are definitely other affiliations that I've been looking at as well, but these guys are definitely something that I think will be a fun play style, especially for like a beginner. They seem pretty straightforward. Like they move forward, smash somebody over the head, hold an objective, and seem to be fairly durable with their armor and everything else. So, again, give a big shout out to GCT Studios for the support that they've given the channel, as well as Deep Cut Studios for the mat and stuff that they have sent the channel. If you haven't checked those guys out, make sure you hit the link in the description below. While you're there, you can also check out our channel supporter in Torchlight Games and Hobbies is a hobby store here in Ontario, Canada, Burlington, Ontario, Canada specifically. So check those guys out while you're in the description of the video down below as well. And here we are with the Minimoto unboxing. So I got the faction starter set, I got a special card deck, and then the Minimoto Rio, Minimoto Niko, and Hoshi Kimiko. So we're going to start with the starter set, and then we'll work into these boxes here and end with the special card deck. Again, I got these guys as a different affiliation or faction instead of the Shiho, because the other stuff that I have, if you haven't watched it, go back, you can check the Tanaka clan or Wolf clan on my first video that I did for Bushido. Second one is the Shiho release, and then the third one is this one. Hopefully I can get some battle reports up in the very near future. That is the hope, and maybe just do like a slow grow over that. While you're, before we get into this video, you can go into the description of the video down below. You can check out the channel sponsors, which is Torchlight Game and Hobbies, in the link. You can check out Patreon link as well. And then if you are inclined to support the channel and what we do here, you can also check out Deep Cut Studios, who has sent us this map, not map, and as well as one for Marvel Crisis Protocol content. So big shout out to those guys, and I'll have a link to GCT Studios for those that are new players or just getting into the game or interested in the game and have just stumbled upon this. You can check them out in the link down below. So with that said, I'm going to open up this box, pull out the content, and we will see what is on the inside. And here we are with the metal models pulled out of the box. First thing I notice is that I don't have to actually build anything except attaching them to a base, which is pretty cool. They come in one giant piece. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is Minimoto Yuji, which is a guy with the big Tetsubo. Big honking tall mini, and then tons of armor on him with that big giant club. Really cool. There is some flashing on there, but that's not, when it's a single piece mini, like that's not a huge issue for me. I'll just clip it off and away I go. You can see the mask on his face and everything else. I'm thinking about doing these guys when I paint them up in like a gray green color, and then have like a burnt orange as the accent color for that. It's similar to another game that I've played, Middle Earth SVG. I did that on one of my other games, and it turned out well. It almost looks like Hunter Green type thing. Card wise for Yuji, he has a melee stat of 4, range of 3. His melee stat is boostable, movement of 4, and key of 2/6. He has 7 health, which is pretty freaking good. His Tetsubo +2 damage, push attack 0, and then stun attack 1. He has armor 4, so we can lower the amount of damage that he takes by 4. And then bear stands alone, bravery, indomitable 1, prowess melee 1, and then resistance 2 and steadfast. He has mighty blow as a key feat, which mighty blow the model gains strong for the next damage roll. When this model makes a damage roll 3d6 and choose the 2 highest dice. Bear stands alone, or bear's fury. While this model has at least 4 marked wound boxes, his melee weapon gains powerful attack 0. Oh, that is so good. Armor reduces damage rolls against him by 4. Bravery, reroll fear test. Bear stands alone. While no friendly models are within range 3 of this model, it gains indomitable 1, which you ignore one additional enemy model in base to base when checking for outnumbering in melee exchange. Resistance 2 adds 2 to the highest dice rolled when it participates in opposed Kai tests and is not the activating model. Prowess 1, it's a reroll one of the attacker defense dice, and then stand fast. The model may freely choose how to locate dice in melee exchanges when frightened. If this model declares an action and bring it into base with a model with fear and fails a fear test, it continues with the action and becomes frightened. So really cool. Seems really strong. I do like it a lot. So we'll continue on with Aya. Just had to do a quick battery swap there, but Aya, Meisama Aya is the next model, so that's this lady here. She is a Ashigaru and Gunso. I think that's like a captain, if I can recall. She has the Tetsubo as a weapon as well. You can just see it there, super tall. Big club swinging around. I absolutely love the look of it. Heavily armored as well. So the mini looks good. Not too much flashing. A little bit of a bend in there, but I can bend that back and straighten it up. It's just same as the staff in another one of these guys. And this is what she does. So melee, which is boostable, is 3. Range is 3. Movement 4. 1/6 for ki. Tetsubo. +1 damage, push attack 0, and sweep attack 1. Armor 3, bear stands alone, endurance, fearless, and resistance 2. She has veteran and military training as some key feats. So veteran, instant 1 key to do, and it's personal. This model does not suffer melee dice penalties due to states until the current exchange is resolved. And then military training is a, I want to say special, and it's instant, and this model controller gains a pass token, can be used once per turn. Endurance, you don't suffer melee penalties for being exhausted. That's what endurance does. I knew that, or was aware of that. I just couldn't remember in like the other video that I was doing earlier. Brought that up and I couldn't remember. Up next is Haru. He looks like he is a blacksmith with the tags on the back there, holding up the Tetsubo. Really freaking awesome. Ginormous weapon, club with spikes and studs on the end. So melee and ranged are 2. His movement is 4 and 1/6 for ki. Blacksmith hammer is 0 damage, no special rules for that. Then he has immune to fire, leadership Minimoto 1/6, resistance to and steadfast. He has special knowledge, and then cleansing flames. Special knowledge can't be used base to base, and it's only once a game. And then cleansing flame is what is the C? I think it's when it's your turn. If like when he's I think when he activates, you have to use those. I can't remember off the top of my head. So let's see what he does on the back. So specialist knowledge 1. The C, I think, like I said, it activates on his turn, and then it's personal. You can't be base to base with an enemy, and it's 1 per game. Friendly samurai or Ashigaru model in base to base gains the weighted to Subo enhancement card if permitted. Cleansing flames 3. The C again, it's a pulse 6 inches. Remove all berserker, blind, controlled, poison, and spirit block markers from models in the pulse, and each model gains a fire 1 marker. Unique effects. If this model is included in your warband, you may include Ronin Fire Kami and Ronin Metal Kami. That's pretty neat. I think we've covered all those special rules at the bottom. So immune to fire, the model may not gain fire markers. Steadfast may freely choose. Yeah, we've covered all of those. So up next we have Yoshinobu. He is an Ashigaru, like so. For 1 whole piece with no added pieces there. Like the mini looks fantastic. Cannot complain about the sculpts at all. Super good. That is one thing I will say. Like the aesthetics of these guys and whatnot, just that's what drew me into the game. And then when I started reading the rules, I'm like, the rule set is really tight and looks like it's super fun for a skirmish game as well. So Miyasama, Yoshinobu. Melee 3, which is boostable, range 2, 4 movement, key is 1/6. Tetsubo, +2 damage, powerful attack 1, sweep attack 1, and push attack 0. Armor, bear stance, lone, and steadfast. So mountain stance and conditioning are his key feats. Mountain stance is 2 key, active, and personal. Small gains immovable until the end of the phase. The model cannot be moved or placed except by when making a walk, run, or charge, or by using a rule on a friendly card. This model may not gain prone marker. So basically, he just stands his ground, and you can't move him. Not at all. So you got to kill him or move him, or he moves himself. Conditioning, instant, 1 key feat, personal. This model gains resistance 2 until the end of the current activation, which is a +2 to opposed key tests. We've read all the other special rules on there. And then we have Ryko, which is the Unblessed Ashigaru. I don't know what Unblessed is in this, so if you guys know, let me know in the description below. I know it's another tag, but like, everybody else that are like blessed warriors, and these guys just haven't made it quite to that point yet. So his staff, it was a little bit bent at the hand, so I had to bend it back, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't broken or anything else like that. So solid looking mini. Really cool, really interesting to see what he does. So, like I said, I'm blessed Ashigaru, or Garu, melee stat of 3, which is boostable. Range 2, movement 4, and then 1/6 for key. Staff with sweep attack 1, bear stance, lone, and stand fast. But he has the gang key feat. It's an active key feat, costs 3 personal. This model gains coordinated attack Ashigaru until the end of the phase. So that's really good because if this model is in melee exchange and one or more friendly Ashigaru models are also base to base with the enemy model, this model gains +1 melee pool. So all of a sudden his melee pool jumps from 3 to 4. Or you can use your sweep attack if you're so inclined. Unique effect, if this model begins its activation in line of sight of a friendly blacksmith, it gains the charging bonus Fearless. When this model makes a charge action, it automatically succeeds when taking fear tests and has immune frightened. That's really handy. Really, really handy, so you can charge those models that have fear and everything else. So that's good. Hopefully hold them down into a melee component. So I'm gonna pull out these other models. I'll clean these guys up, pull out these other models, and look at the special card deck. Actually, on second thought, I forgot that there are more cards that I got to look at for the faction card starter. So you have the Obstinate Bear. It's an enhancement. Attached model gains Indomitable +1. You get Metal Totem. It's enhancement equipment. In the starting phase, attached models may gain Durable until the end of the phase. If it does, you discard this card. Restrictions, Blacksmith. The Weighted Tetsubo. Attached model gains Pierce Melee 2. So Pierce, when this model succeeds with a melee attack using the weapon, reduce the enemy model's armor trait by 2 to a minimum of 0. Fire Totem. When the attached model is killed, all models within range 3 inches gain fire marker 2. And then it's again restricted to the blacksmith. You have an event, Bear Hug. When an enemy model in base space with a friendly Minimoto model would move, it may not move except to change its facing this turn. If activated, the model must declare an action permitted while in base to base. And then for the theme, the army of the Minimoto. Once per game in the starting phase, all Minimoto Clan models gain +1 melee strength until the end phase. And then the second ability built into this is Ashigaru and the Warband may be deployed an additional 2 inches from their usual deployment zone. So they can really move up the board. That's nice. And then permitted Samurai, Ashigaru, and Blacksmith. So I like that. Almost forgot those cards. So I'll pull out these other guys here next. And let's take a look at Hoshi Kimiko next. Or first, I should say, out of these boxes. Let's see what the mini looks like, and then look at her card. Again, it looks like a single piece mini, which is absolutely really, really cool. Let's pull it out. Maybe 2 pieces, actually, because you got a tiny little hand there. So there is the mini itself, flowing dress or kimono, I should say, like so. There's another, what is her name? Her family name, Hoshi character, I think, as well. I want to get her as well. She looks pretty neat. And tiny, tiny, tiny little hand. Just a tiny little guy there, or girl, I guess. You get your ice patch here to play, and then so you have Hoshi Kimiko. 7 health on there, melee stat of 2, range stat of 2, and key or movement stat of 4, key stat of 2/8, which is boostable with 2 key, and she has ice magic, which is 0, and it's a melee attack. Immune to fire, prowess melee 1, and then spirit 1. I'm not sure what spirit does. It has icy veins and summon ice kami. So, let's look at the key feat Icy Veins first. It's active, target has to be within 8 and costs 2. Target model gains fearless, durable, ranged, and slow until the end phase. If the target is an enemy, you must succeed in a post-key test first. And then you have Summon Ice Kami. It's 2 key to use, instant and personal. Replace this model by deploying a Ronin Kami of Reflection. You cannot have more models in play. Then the card has wound tracks. If this model was a melee exchange, the Kami can neither be damaged nor deal damage this exchange. So does this mean you get to place a single Kami of Reflection? I'm not sure. Either way, that would be, I would assume, just one using that. So, unique effects. If this model is included in your warband, you may recruit Ronin Kami of Reflection. This model does not gain slow from Blizzard. And then at the start of the game, after terrain has been deployed, but before players deploy their warband, this model's controller may place the ice path terrain element following the normal terrain deployment rules. The ice patch is considered difficult, clear, and 0 for enemy models. So, interesting. So it's just another way to slow down some of your opponents in that. So that's that. We'll push that off to the side. Let's do Minimoto Rio. I'm not sure how I'd play her, and I'm not sure if I would ever replace her with the Kami, Kimiko, that is. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody that's played this affiliation before could sort of chime in and let me know how that would play about, because I'm intrigued now. I picked her up sort of on a whim because I wanted like more of a spellcaster type. I'm thinking I really need to go with the other Hoshi character that's out there. So this is Minimoto Rio. Is a samurai. It is a single piece model as well, which is awesome. Oh, maybe no, there's 2 pieces there. Sorry, it's just right in there. So you got your hand with the katana right there, like so. And then you have the actual full model right there with the Tetsubo and heavy armor and fur on the back. Rio has a melee stat of 3, which is boostable, then range stat of 3, movement 4, 2/6 for key. Tetsubo, 2 + 2 damage, powerful attack, stun attack, armor 3, bear stands alone, bravery, immovable, prowess melee 1, and steadfast. Key feats, he has cleave and smite. So let's see what cleave and smite do. Cleave, this model gains brutal 2 until the current action is resolved, and then smite, this model's melee weapons gain the slam attack 0 until the current activation is resolved as well. So that's cool, really neat. I can't remember what brutal does. I think it adds damage for some reason. I think it adds damage to your character or to the attack roll when you succeed in a melee exchange. I think that's what it does, but off the top of my head I cannot remember, and I don't have my book handy to check it out, or my PDF handy to check it out. So yeah, I think off the top of my head that's what it does. So we have Minimoto Niko coming up next, and that will be the last model I have for the Minimoto Clan. So we'll see how that plays out when I get these guys built and actually try them. I think these guys will be fairly durable and hopefully able to do a bunch of damage as well. So there's the card and the character for the mini. So, first one there, you can see the big honking armor on this guy. Lots of fur on him as well. A little bit of flashing, but that's okay. I don't mind. And then the Tetsubo. massive club he's going to be beating somebody with, which is absolutely hilarious to think about. Let's see what this guy does. On the board, Minimoto Niko has a melee stat of 4. 3 is boostable, 3 range, which is also boostable, movement 4, and then key 2/6. He has push attack and stun attack. He has armor 4, bear stance alone, bravery, prowess, melee 1, resistance 2, split attack, and steadfast. And then savage beating and Yoko Men are his key feats. Savage beating, this model gains combo attack 0 until the current action is resolved, and then Yoko Men, it's 1 active and personal models involved in melee exchange with this model lose the dodge trait until the current action is resolved. Unique effect, Bear's Supremacy. While this model has at least 4 marked wound boxes, it gains sweep attack 0, and its sweep attack causes full damage instead of half. That is pretty handy. Well, I'll show you the special card deck next. And now looking at, I'm going to go over the themes, and I'll just quickly go through the rest of the cards as well of the Minimoto special card deck. So the Finest Steel theme, all models in the warband gain durable. This benefits loss when any friendly model suffers a wound. When a friendly model is removed from play, other friendly models gain +1 melee strength until the end phase. Once per game in the starting phase, all friendly Minimoto Samurai gain when this model deals damage as a result of melee exchange. The enemy model gains a stun token. Each model may gain only 1 stun token as a result of this ability until the end of the phase. Permitted Samurai and Blacksmiths. That seems like a really interesting ability, theme to do. You have Garrison of the Damned. Minimoto Ashigaru models in the warband gain Indomitable +1. Every time an enemy model is removed from the play as a result of melee exchange, the friendly model in the exchange gains 1 key token. During turn 1, models in the warband gain 6 cents, so exclusion are Blacksmith and Shugenga. And then the last theme here is Army of the Minimoto. Once per game in the starting phase, all Minimoto Clan models gain +1 melee strength until the end phase. Ashigaru in the warband may be deployed additional 2 inches from their usual deployment zone. And Samurai, Ashigaru, and Blacksmiths, Army of the Minimoto. That's actually the one that comes in the box as well, I think. And then I'll just sort of let you look at these as I'm going through. I won't read all of them. So you got Witness Me, Just a Scratch, Hasty Bear, Blizzard, Barge Past, Absolute Loyalty, Bear Arms, Ice Crystal, Ice Totem, Irokane Armor, and then Irokane, it's Irokane Tetsubo, Mind Over Matter, Minimoto Clan Armor, I think we looked at that one already in the starter set, Over Exuberance, Solid Charm, Teachings of Yashiushi, and Mountain Banner, and then back to the theme. So those are the cards in the special card deck. So that's that for the unboxing of the Minimoto stuff that I have currently. I will probably end up getting more over time to fill out this one. But yeah, let me know what you guys are working on, your thoughts and everything about the content so far for Bushido. While you're here watching this video, make sure you hit the link in the descriptions down below to our channel sponsor, which is Torchlight Games and Hobbies. You can also check out Deep Cut Studios for the mat that you see here, the Temple Ruins mat that they've sent the channel. Also, if you're new to Bushido, check out GCT Studios in the link below. Also, while you're there, I would greatly appreciate if you checked out our Patreon page, and if you would like to support us there, I definitely would appreciate that. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.